Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Ristia. So someone asked me to talk about the super rares, and I'm going to talk about the super rares real quick and just go over each and every one. I have two of the super rares that you'll see, but my group particularly has probably the most super rares that any small or any community has in the game. We have probably over 100 super rares. It's pretty stupid, but so I know quite a bit about this stuff. I've never played with actually that's a lie. I have played with Tendo because I pilot another account that has Tendo. So I've played with Tendo, Sasori, and Hashirama. I haven't played with any of the new two, but I know quite a bit about them as well. So I'm just gonna go ahead and talk about them. And I just realized I missed World Boss because I was making the video previous to this. Oh, that's gonna hurt. Okay. So Tendo does change with 2.0 quite a bit. I'm not going to go too much into detail on what changes and what doesn't. Most of his skills are the same. His core functions are the same. The biggest thing is he can use a skill in turn one. It changes to 80 chakra instead of 60. It destroys the current field, and it's no longer prompt. But the ability to do it on turn one is probably worth losing all of that, because the turn one Tendo or three turn one Tendos in Great Ninja War is pretty stupid. Like, it's always good. He's immune to pure ninjutsu, which is probably the strongest passive in the game. The ability to just remove an option for the opponent is so strong. Right now there's three types of damage. There's ninjutsu, there's taijutsu, and there's hybrid. If you're just taking away ninjutsu, you're taking away one of the three types of damage that can actually do anything in the game, which is it makes them really tanky. Like, if you've ever fought against a Tendo, even with a team that's reasonable, has hybrid damage and stuff, the combos, a lot of the combos, like linkers and stuff, are just ninjutsu damage and they do nothing. It's such a pain. He's way tankier than he should be. Or not than he should be, sorry. He should be tanky. But he's way tankier than you give him credit for, because he's really thought about as a damage dealer. People go, oh, this is a damage dealer, he does a lot of damage. No, he's pretty freaking tanky, too. He's never going to be bad. He's not really meta anymore in China, but there are plenty of people that still use him on their team in China. So he's not bad by any stretch of the imagination. He'll be good even, a year from now. He'll still be good. His price to performance is pretty strong. It's pretty high. If you have to draw a lot in Tendo treasures to get him right now, I probably wouldn't do it, just because the Kage's out, and as more treasures come out, his price to performance is going to go up, because there's, the other ninjas and other just regular rare ninjas that perform similarly or perform at such a high level that if you're spending 120 scrolls in Kage treasure, it's probably more valuable than spending 250 scrolls in Tendo right now, just because the other rare ninjas are so much better than the rare ninjas in Tendo. But if you happen to get him already, if you have him already, he's great. If he comes in an event and you can get him, that's great too. I wouldn't shy away from him just because of that. Just be aware that his price to performance in the treasure is going to go down a little bit. Hashirama sends you the first Hokage. So he, like Tendo, actually I'm going to click on him so Tendo can go away. So he, like Tendo, is never going to be bad. His role is pretty much well defined, as he's part of Great Ninja War teams or ranked teams. It's because he has a buff that's Ninja God. Sorry, it's his passive. Increasing ninjutsu 30% of all ninjas on your team for 5 rounds. The ability to buff 12 ninjas with 30% ninjutsu is really strong. People run Conan and stuff, and yeah, she gives a shield, but she's only buffing 6 people. This guy's buffing 12. He's buffing every single thing. He also buffs the clones or any of the puppets or golems now. He'll buff anything. Now, it doesn't really give that much of a bonus to clones and puppets and golems and stuff. But the ability to just give 30% to all ninjas on your side of the field is so big. Having three of them, like if you had three Hashiramas on Great Ninja War, it's a lot of ninjutsu that you get just for free. Now, granted, there are better Great Ninja War setups. Things like three Mays is just pretty much the same thing, but if not better. Or three Garas, it's just right now with the stage changers, they get pretty stupid. But Hashirama's never bad for that reason. Even if you're just like buffing somebody else, or you're playing a support role in Great Ninja War, or you throw him on one of your ranked teams, he's gonna have value for the rest of the game. Now that's until the new Hashirama comes out, which is probably over a year away for our game. And 99.9% of people in the game will never get the new Hashirama because he's basically the same as Susanoo Itachi right now, except worse. It's really weird the way it works, and they actually removed him from the game at one point in China, or removed him from the treasure because he's really strong, the new version, but this one he's always going to be good. Now, the good thing about this one is when the skill book update comes out, which allows you to upgrade skills and stuff like that, you can actually upgrade Hashirama Senju. You can actually upgrade the first Hokage. He's one of like 12 ninjas that are considered like that got the update. I don't know what his upgrades do, but if you upgrade any of this, it's really good. Like I know he can upgrade his mystery. I think he can upgrade one of his passives and maybe his chase, but when you start thinking about like how strong he is, like if he can upgrade his mystery, if it gives more damage, he's already technically the best stage buffer for things like World Boss, just because he has a 30% and then he also has the 40%, so he has the stage plus 30% extra damage, and he's got an extra attack whenever his stage is up. He's already technically good. Now he's getting better if he can upgrade his passive, and I don't know if he can. I haven't looked at it in a long time. But if he can upgrade his passive, he's just given more ninjutsu. If he can upgrade his chase, like say it does 2 times per round, that's great. If he's getting more life per chakra recovered, that's great too. Like he gets better when the skill book thing comes out. But he's good now. Like right now, just because of the Ninja God passive, I would use him for like ever in my ranked team. He's never going anywhere just because 30% ninjutsu is 30% ninjutsu. I'm talking a little bit too long. It's gonna be a long video. Sasori 100 Puppets is it's not good at all. Like he seems like he's got a cool kit and like everything works well and you can make him work. He just doesn't work at all. There is a buff that comes at some point that is pretty significant for him. I talked a little bit about this before. What the buff does is instead of summoning 8 gimmick puppets with his mystery, he summons 4. And if he has 4 on the field, it does a bunch of damage to everybody else. So if he already has 4, then it turns into a damaged mystery, which is something that he definitely missed. Now, since that only summons 4, you're thinking, yeah, how's he going to get 4 out? Well, there's a lot of things that changed with the other stuff, too. So the puppet summoning gimmick puppet, which is a standard, instead of summoning 1 to 2, it summons 1 to 3 puppets, which doesn't seem like it's much because it's usually going to be the same amount. It actually changes the average from 1.5 to 2. So on average, you're going to summon 2 per standard tech, which is like you're basically going from the lowest amount now, because you normally summon 1.5 now, which is basically 1. You're going to summon the highest amount you previously could summon on average every time, and you have the chance to summon 3 as well. And the other thing that changes is his chase. His chase is the same, basically, but whenever he does his chase, he summons a puppet, like in addition to doing the 2 damage and ignition. So he has a lot more puppet generation naturally, and he has the ability to hit the entire enemy team if he has puppets out, which makes him better. I will definitely revisit him when that happens, and I do love Sasori. Sasori's actually one of my favorite characters in the anime, but I'm definitely revisit the when he gets buffed again. But right now, he's just not. He's not good enough. He's fun to play with in arena if you just want to troll people and stuff like that, but he's not great. All right, now to meat and potatoes. We're gonna start with Raikage, I think. So Raikage is dumb, like really dumb. It's, let me preface this by these next two super rares. Price to performance is so low that it's not worth getting them. I'm just gonna tell you right now. If you have to draw 900 scrolls to get one of these, it's you're talking about $2,100. Now, if you took that $2,100 and you used any random ninja, let's just pick a random ninja. Let's say this Sailor Sakura. Okay, it's a random ninja. So for $2,100, for about $300, you could 5-star her, right? You have $1,800 left. You have a 5-star Sailor Sakura with $1,800 left. Now you can get, I don't know. Let's see. You can get probably max out or get close to max out your tactics. That's a lot of battle power. You can maybe get 2 or 3 more levels on your. Even if you had 0 tactics, 0 battle armor, you could probably get to level 7 of both with $1,800, somewhere around there, with a little bit of luck, and if you wait for the rebates and stuff like that. And now your Sailor Sakura is going to be infinitely stronger than that Raikage. Now, Sailor Sakura is probably the worst example because I just picked her randomly. But you can do a lot more with the cost it takes to get to this one ninja than this one ninja can give you. The way this ninja gets really strong is if you spend that much, spend 900 scrolls, you get this ninja, and then you spend another $2,500 on your other things to make him strong enough. So now you're having to double down just to make this character viable enough. The best example of that would be the one guy. What the hell? Why can't I? Okay. Susanoo Itachi. There's the one guy on server 77 or something like that. I can't remember the exact server who has Itachi Susanoo, but he also has 30k power. Like, it doesn't matter that he has Susanoo Itachi because it's not going to do anything. He has 30k power. Like, if he was fighting against me, I would wreck his face even though he has Itachi Susanoo, which is the strongest ninja in the game, probably. He just won't have a chance. So he spent, Itachi Susanoo is like $7,500. He's not fucking cheap. And if you spent that money, you can get like level 9 battle armor. That's pretty much what it would be. You would get Tobirama, plus you get like 10k extra power right there. You didn't need to do that. Like, yeah, it's a great ninja and stuff, but unless you're planning on spending double what you spent to get one of these ninja to make them viable, they're not worth doing. In my opinion, anyway. So, if you do get him, however, he's pretty stupid. He essentially is a upgraded version of the Lightning Main using the Lightning Armor talent. He's got the same thing. He's got the Fluence 4 attacks, increased critical hit rate. He does attack at random. That's the only big thing. Now, he attacks at random the first time. Then he causes tag. And then he will, if there's a tagged enemy, he will attack that target with a 5 combo and guaranteed high float. And then it kills the tag. It's really strong. It's kind of bad against clones and stuff like that because he attacks at random. Let's say you're playing against a Wind Main and there's 3 clones out. He attacks at random. He's going to kill one of the clones, so the tag's gone. Now he's attacking at random again. And let's say he attacks one of your guys, whatever. Now he's only getting 1 combo off on one of your guys. It's not the end of the world. So he's probably not going to kill anything. If you have the right setup, he's not really going to do a crazy amount on turn 1. Now, he's also got super armor. It's called aggressiveness. You can't be comboed. And he heals based on taijutsu attacks, so that's great. And he has the essentially the Kakashi chase. I think he is really really strong. He does stupid stuff on turn one, but if you're aware of it, and if you even have one on the server, we actually have two that we are on the opposite group of us, but we're not super worried about Raikage. Like, I would be more worried about the next one. Raikage's really good for like 1v1 fights, don't get me wrong. He's really, really good. And the next two, Susanoo Itachi, or Susanoo Sasuke, excuse me, is probably the best ninja in the game. I'm going to say that. It's better than Itachi. I'm going to go ahead and say it. So he's got essentially a attack the whole enemy team. It's basically the equivalent of Sage Naruto's skill, but it has a high chance of critical hit, which is a bonus. Like, it's something that Naruto doesn't have, obviously. It does cause repulse, so you still have the same repulse, you have the same everything. It just got the additional. It gives extra hit, critical hit. He's immune to combos. He's immune to pure ninjutsu, like Tendo. He's got two combos, or two chases that are pretty good. His standard attack's not all that important. But the big thing is he's got a sword right there, right below his third star. He's got a sword, which means you can play Lightning Main and you can have no CC on him. So now he's immune to combos, he's immune to pure ninjutsu, and he's immune to any kind of crowd control. Also, he's got, since he has that sword, if you're playing with a Lightning Main, you can use one of the passives where if you kill something with your mystery, a sword user kills something with a mystery, it resets the cooldown of his mystery. So Susanoo Sasuke will continue to pop out mysteries over and over again with a high chance of critical hit, starting combos and everything, like over and over again. I'm more scared of this ninja than I'm scared of any other ninja in the game, because if you're playing clones and stuff like that, trying to be safe and buy time, no, those clones count as getting a kill with the mystery, so it resets it and you're just taking it over and over again. He's got stupid high effective health. He's probably the tankiest ninja in the game since he does have that sword. He's just really good. Being immune to pure ninjutsu, being immune to combos, and being immune to CC for 2 rounds. I'm scared of him. So we got Itachi Susanoo. Itachi Susanoo is probably the second strongest ninja in the game, but he has the lowest possible effective, like, price to performance. He's insanely strong, but he costs like $7,500. And if you're spending $7,500 on a specific ninja, I'm sorry, this guy is not the one for you, because, like I said, $7,500 is basically maxed out battle armor, and that's a lot of power. So he's got a turn 1 chaos. He can use it for 2 rounds in a row, so he's got great control. He's immune to combos. He's immune to all debuffs. He's immune to CC and stuff like that. He's got 2 chases that are pretty good. And his standard basically always causes a combo starter. He's really strong. He's really tanky. His animations look great. He doesn't have a sword, but he's immune to debuffs. So it's kind of weird the way that works. But the fact that he's not immune to like ninjutsu or taijutsu or something like that means that Sasuke actually does overtake him in the tankiness department, and he doesn't do more damage. Now in crowd control, Itachi Susanoo is the god of gods for crowd control. But aside from that, I can't see a reason why I would ever spend that much money on Itachi. Ever. He's just really low on the list of price to performance. So that's pretty much the overview of the super rares for right now. I'm not going to do Tobirama because he's not really a super rare, and you get him guaranteed if you know what you're doing. But yeah, that's pretty much all the super rares. That's all I'm going to go over for now. But you guys take it easy and have a good day.